So in my case, I think the learning is get engaged with the business early and don't get stuck with the business finding a solution and dropping it at your doorstep. So I think the discussion around what are the plans, what solutions are out there in the market, what is the best practice, what is the best upcoming solution that's available, what are people doing to scale the website differently. Get involved in that quickly because the vendors are directly selling to our customers. And at times I find so many of my peers talk about how they're being surprised by solutions that our customers found, talking to their peers. And so the communication part with our customers, active collaboration, is much more important. So we're spreading our team deeper into our customer organizations to be much more engaged on a daily basis.
And I think there's one thing that's always impressed me, and after looking at all of these different technological changes, and that is they don't typically occur when all the pundits say they do. They tend to occur a little bit later, but when they do hit, they create far more of a profound effect than people predicted. So I think one of the best practices, you just really have to be aware of those things and be very open to it. It is not a question of if, it's more about when and what's it going to do. So you need to run towards it.
Be prepared for an unexpected scale.
Unexpected scale and probably a profound change, more profound than you think.
So we're moving storage to the cloud, we're moving financial apps to the cloud, we're moving HR to the cloud. Email's not too far away. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I think the business gets it. And again, the fact that we penetrated the most conservative part of a conservative organization, to me, is very telling.
Let me, I want to get one thing across for my own understanding as well before we go on, and we only have a few more minutes. When you say we're moving this to the cloud, in other words, is cloud displacing what you already have, or are you adding more capabilities that are cloud-based?
We were in a process of looking into an upgrade of our treasury system. And we could have done that. We could have bought new hardware. It was time, and the cloud was an option. And I'm like, look, this is crazy. We're a gerbil on a treadmill here. We just keep doing this over and over and over every couple of years. Major corporations, much larger than News Corp, are doing cloud-based treasury operations. Some of the world's largest corporations. So why not?
So in our case, I think we're seeing an fast uptake in SaaS when it comes to areas that are not customer facing, so not product, right? So HR, finance, marketing, sales, all of those functions are gravitating towards SaaS. When it comes to our websites and our consumer-facing products, our education properties, online education, that's gravitating towards infrastructure as a service. We don't have a lot of platform as a service products. And also our R&D is gravitating towards infrastructure as a service. So where we are trying out new things on how to deliver news differently, we want to do an R&D labs kind of project. They are all based on infrastructure as a service, a lot of Amazon utilization in that group. But when it comes to functions that are well established, there are good SaaS products out in the market. And we want to do what everybody else is doing. We don't want to truly differentiate ourselves. Then we are gravitating towards SaaS very quickly. So that's how it's distributed. And we're driving that. The more commodity the function, HR, finance, the more aggressive we are in driving towards SaaS solutions. And when it comes to product side of things like WashingtonPost.com, we're much more interested in infrastructure as a service.
Our progression has been started with email about 4 or 5 years ago, went to the cloud. We've shut down our data centers. We've moved all of our assets to a hybrid cloud. We've done our CRM systems in the cloud. That's sales automation, field service, even call centers. We even have IVR, cloud-based IVR systems, so you're not installing hardware. Our telephone system, voice, video, and everything was converted to VoIP, but it's a managed service VoIP, so we haven't made any investment in the switches. We simply pay so much per instrument, and it's all managed, by our provider. The apps are moving. We'll move to cloud-based ERP systems, but I actually think some of the developments that may take place in the architecture that you've painted a picture for here might actually cause us to not necessarily replace all those on-premise legacy systems. The capabilities that are built up in the cloud and that are going to come, the vertical apps that are going to come, vertical industry solutions that are going to come at the edge, might actually extend the life of that through some good integration. So I think you're going to have a whole plethora of choices. But I do think fundamentally anything new, you're just going to simply move into that.
Understood.
That architecture.